Hello, Josie here. Are you ready for the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? And are you sure? Okay, here we go. When you get to a point where you're fed up and you're beyond frustrated, and you know that the reason why you're fed up and you're beyond frustrated is not because of anything that you did wrong, but because of how other people are viewing you and or their attitude or feelings about you and what you're doing in your life, and wanting you to feel what they feel. I had that song in my head, Do You Feel Like I Do? Do You Feel Like I Do? Which is a Peter Frampton song. But it's just the words I'm thinking about, do you feel like I do? Some people, like, they want you to feel what they feel. They want you to go through what they go through. They're on the outside looking in and thinking that your life is perfect and great, and they wish that they could have your life. They wish they could step in your shoes, and you don't know what it feels like for this, and you don't know what it feels like for that, and so on and so forth. And they have no idea what that person may actually have gone through or is going through or dealing with in their life. They're on the outside looking in. They're speculating. They're making assumptions. You see, I don't speculate. I don't make assumptions. What I share is what God has shown me and or told me, and then has called me to share it to the world, to let people know what's up, what's going on, what's real, what's truth, what's fact. And a lot of it is coming from my own experiences, what I've seen, what I've gone through, what I've dealt with firsthand, so that people can understand that you never know what someone has been through. And if you were actually to step in that person's shoes and take their life or take over their life or do what they do, you probably would not be able to handle it. You probably would not be able to make it. You probably would have taken yourself out. Then you have the other problem that comes if people do understand that, or not even understand that, but people grasp that point. They then see that person as, oh my goodness, you've been through all that, this and this and this and this. Oh my God, I would not have been able to deal with that. I would not have been able to handle that. Oh my goodness, you're strong. Then they have the attitude of, oh, well, let me see if I can break this person. Let me see if I can make them weak. Let me see if I can do this. Let's go into this person's life and let's alter and function and manipulate and trip up and cause issues and problems in this person's life, so that they have to go through even more suffering, even more problems, even more stress. You see how afflicted and twisted people are? That's a mentality that a lot of people have. They look at someone's life and are on the outside looking in. This is deep, and this is really afflicted. I want you to grasp this. I want you to think about how mentally unstable some people are in this world. How evil, wicked, cruel people are in this world. How arrogant, cocky, and bullish people are in this world. They will see someone from a distance, say that person is beautiful, that person is talented, that person is gifted, that person has the attention of all these different people. I wish I had their life. I wish I was able to look as good as them. I wish I was able to dress as nice as them. I wish I was able to attract people like they attract people. The problem is, they have not done the work. They think that everything was just handed to them or given to them without doing any kind of work, and that's BS. For some, that might be the case, but for others, no. They worked. They did the work. They did what was necessary. And then, while dealing with what they were doing what was necessary and doing the work, they slowly but surely and steadily improved themselves and got better and better and better. And you have someone on the outside looking in, believing or thinking this person got what they got by engaging in the wrong things. Or being fake, wearing masks, being manipulative. No, not me. And there are a lot of people that don't do the same thing. They don't take the shortcuts. They don't manipulate. They don't trick. They don't wear masks. They're their authentic selves. And they do the work. And they climb the stairs. And while they're doing the work, being their authentic self, climbing the stairs, they see other people that are taking the elevators, taking the shortcuts. And we keep doing our thing. We keep being true to ourselves. And you have people that are like crabs in a barrel. They want to pull someone that has done the work down so that they can feel better than, so that they can climb on top of them and try to get over them and get ahead of them. Take what it is that they've worked for or that they're striving towards. That is so frustrating. Having to deal with people and with that mentality. And then seeing them progress doing the wrong things. But you know what? The same ones that you see taking those elevators, taking the shortcuts, being manipulative, wearing masks, being wicked, cruel, and evil, the same ones that you see doing those things, as well as trying to pull other people down that are doing the right things, taking the right steps, I tell you, you will always see them fall. Always. God will allow you to see them fall. In a lot of instances, allow you to see them fall. But there are also individuals out there that are suffering because there are people that dragged other people down, disparaged their name, reputation, their character, because they didn't want that person to be successful. They didn't want that person to be liked. They didn't want that person to be respected. They didn't want that person to be seen. They wanted other people to treat them in such a horrible, cruel, and nasty manner that it would affect whatever climb, whatever struggles they've gotten through. It would affect it. They wanted them to be dragged down. You think that's fair? You think that's right? It's not. So who fights for the person that has to deal with a bully like that? Who fights with the person who has destroyed their name, character, reputation over insecurities and jealousy? Who fights for the person who is authentic, not wearing masks, being honest, upright, truthful? Who fights for that person? Let me tell you who fights for that person. God fights for that person. God has to make things right on behalf of that person that has been done wrong. I'm that one that has been done wrong by a lot of people. And this morning, as I'm sitting in my vehicle and processing this past week and certain things that I've seen and had to experience and had to deal with that was so unnecessary, so toxic and nasty, I'm asking God, you know what, God, I'm in the position right now that I should not be in. But I'm in it. Why am I in it? Why do you still have me in this position? Why am I still in this state? Why have you allowed these people to engage in these behaviors for as long as they have. I'm in a Job season. And the only thing that I can really muster up right now, even though I am slightly frustrated, aggravated, irritated, I'm still going. I still have the right attitude. I'm still my kind self. I'm still respectful. I'm taking care of myself as best as I can and not getting a lot of help. I'm seeing a lot of people look, stare, instigate, harass, stalk, bully, throw attacks, and believing that they're being successful at doing so. I'm watching all of this, watching these people engage in these behaviors because they feel as if they've won. And they have not won. They've lost. I know that they've lost. See, they think that I've lost. You cannot make someone lose intentionally by destroying their character, reputation with lies and think that you're going to win. You cannot be a bully in someone else's life by manipulating how they're viewed or seen by people with lies and think that you're going to win. So, everything that these individuals have engaged in is basically them setting themselves up to fall in the traps that they've tried to set for me. And you know what? I want to be there to watch it. I want to be there to watch it. Since these individuals were standing by watching me from a distance, coming in, causing scenes, problems, issues, disturbances, being a bully in my life, and trying to see me fall into traps that they set up for me, I want to be there to see them fall in the traps that they set for me. I want them to know what it feels like to have to deal with what they put out to happen to me negatively. I believe that that's fair. And you know what? I'm going to keep running on. I'm going to keep going. Regardless. Because I know God's got my back. Even if people do not help. Even if people choose to ignore. To sit there, laugh, feel as if they have won some game that they made the rules up to play and win. It's not fair. Yeah, they say life is not fair. BS. Life is fair. God is fair. What is not fair are people that have advantages, ill-gotten advantages, engage in different behaviors and tactics that are not only ruthless, but wicked and evil in order to have advantages and make things unfair in the lives of others for problems and issues that are not anybody's but their own, that they don't want to do the work to resolve. I'm not talking about me not doing the work. I did the work. I did the work. I extended hands. I extended kindness. I was fair, generous, loving. I did the necessary. I had the late nights, early mornings for years. I took care of those that turned their back on me, that lied on me. I've done enough. I've done my part. And even now, what God has asked me to do over these last years in coming on this platform and sharing truth and my wisdom and knowledge, what I've experienced and gone through, I know I've helped a lot of people. And I haven't asked for anything in return. I knew God wanted me to help people. He's always wanted me to help people. He has called me into certain places, spaces, environments to be an aid and a help to people. But you know what? God also asks others as well too, if they're going to help, if they're going to be kind, if they're going to do what He has called them and asked them to do. And we all have choice. We all have freedom of choice. So your choice, your decision. If God calls you to do something and you choose not to do it, your choice, your decision. If God calls you to do something and you do it, that's your choice, that's your decision. There's benefits, there's consequences, there's blessings from doing, from your choice. So I had a choice. I've had many choices God has asked me, called me to do. And I believe I made the right choices. So I know that God is going to bless me, regardless of what my enemies are trying to steal and take from me, which are those blessings. I'm going to leave it at that. Gotta go.